Story. The biggest challenge facing the country at the moment is three words: vaccinate, vaccinate, vaccinate. But instead we have an unending vaccine tug of war at the moment that's escalating day by day between the center and the states. While opposition-ruled states are crying a shortage of vaccines, the Modi government in turn is blaming the states for messing up vaccine procurement, accusing them also of vaccine wastage. In all of this, the bottom line is the citizens, you and I, are suffering, having to wait endlessly for the one thing that might protect us from COVID-19, a vaccine. It's our top focus tonight.
कल को अगर पाकिस्तान भारत पे युद्ध करता है तो हम ये थोड़ी कहेंगे कि सारी राज्य सरकारें अपना अपना देख लें, यूपी वाले अपने टैंक खरीद लें, दिल्ली वाले अपने हथियार खरीद लें। ऐसे थोड़ी होता है।
An ugly vaccine war has broken out. With doses running short, the centre and opposition have turned guns on each other.
मैं उम्मीद करता हूं केंद्र सरकार भी प्रयास जो कर।
A day after Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's outburst, Congress leader Priyanka Gandhi Vadra has joined the chorus.
Why did our government export 6 crore vaccines between January and March 2021 while vaccinating only 3.5 crore Indians during the same period of time? The government of India owes the people of India answers. We have to ask them questions and they will have to answer to us.
The BJP has hit back, putting the blame squarely on the states.
ये वैक्सीन है, ये कोई ऑफ द शेल्फ अर्थात काउंटर में मिलने वाला कोई साधारण पैरासिटामोल की गोली या कोई साधारण दवाई नहीं है जो आप गए, आपने पेमेंट किया और आप ओवर द काउंटर उस मेडिसिन को उठाए और आप हिंदुस्तान आ गए.
The centre has also issued what it called a myth buster, an explainer rejecting the charges levelled against it. It says talks with foreign manufacturers have been on since the middle of 2020, but vaccines are not available off the shelves and there is a global shortage. It says all vaccines approved by the US, UK, WHO and other advanced nations have been approved in April. In order to ramp up production, the government says 3 more companies will manufacture Covaxin. Bharat Biotech and Serum Institute will also increase their capacity. It has rejected compulsory licensing, saying what matters is active partnership, training of human resources and biosafety labs. The government claims states were allowed to procure vaccines directly based on their request.
ये कहना कि वो सप्लाई बंद हो गई है, ये उचित नहीं होगा और सच्चाई ये नहीं है. सच्चाई ये है कि out of the available production, a distinct part is available to non-government channels, including state governments, to be used for vaccinating the people of that state according to a flexible approach to be taken by the state government.
Meanwhile, a claim by the centre that vaccine wastage was as high as 37% in Jharkhand and 30% in Chhattisgarh has angered the states.
तो ये ऐसा काम केंद्र सरकार को नहीं करना चाहिए. बेहतर है कि वो बंद कर दें, इसको पोर्टल वोटल बंद कर दें और उनको विश्वास नहीं होता है तो अपने लोग यहाँ भेजें और जिस टीकाकरण केंद्र में जाके देखना है वो जांच कर लें. ये इस प्रकार से कोविड के समय काम नहीं होना चाहिए.
What is true is that vaccination in the age group of 18 to 45 remains slow. According to the new policy, 50% of the doses will be reserved for centre, while the remaining 50% will be split between states and private hospitals.
As the blame game continues between the centre and the states, instead of asking questions about timely decision making and how to expedite the shortage of vaccines and increase vaccinations in the country, all these major questions are now getting lost in the political discourse. In New Delhi, Milan Sharma for India Today.
Where does the buck stop? Does it stop with the centre or does it stop with the states? Is India's vaccine policy now caught in an unfortunate political tug of war? Should vaccine procurement have been centralized right from day one and continued in that manner? Can India vaccinate fast enough before a potential third wave? These are some of the questions we'll raise on our face-off and talking point today. I'll be joined in a moment by T.S. Singhdeo, the Chhattisgarh Health Minister. I'm also joined by K. Sujata Rao, former Health Secretary, Dr. Chandrakant Leharia, virologist, a vaccinologist, and someone who has been tracking this for a long time. Dinesh Trivedi, former Health Minister of the country, is also BJP leader. Raghav Chadda of the Aam Aadmi Party is also with us. So we're going to look at it from different perspectives. Let's first look at the politics that's playing out. And Raghav Chadda, let's come to you because the Aam Aadmi Party has gone on the offensive. You've got your leader Arvind Kejriwal saying, if we were at war with Pakistan, where would we procure our tanks from? From the states or the center? Is that a fair comparison to make with vaccines? Because it is states like Delhi and chief ministers like Mr. Kejriwal, who a month ago was saying, give us also a say in vaccine procurement. Now when the tenders are not working for the states, you're blaming the center. How do you respond?
First of all, Aam Aadmi Party and several leaders from the opposition have said that what the center should do is the center should, as one central agency, procure the vaccines and then give some visibility and access to vaccines, that is, distribute transparently to respective states and then let states inoculate its own citizens.
That's not what you said a month ago.
From day one.
That's not what you said. A month ago, you all wanted to have a say in procurement. Now you're saying the center must procure all the vaccines.
Mr. Sardesai, number one, my leader and my party from day one have been saying that something on the lines of national immunization program needs to be followed, wherein we have one central agency that purchases the vaccines, gives it to the states, and it is then the prerogative, responsibility and duty of the states to inoculate its own citizens within the state. That has been my stand. I can't speak for other political parties. Number two, now what this union government has done, that whether it's the domestic market or the international market, India's bargaining power stands diminished and no state government has access to any additional supplies. You gave an example, my leader gave an example of a war. Yes, he's absolutely right. And I concur with him. This is a war. It's a wartime situation where we are fighting an invisible virus. And every state have essentially been said that you look after yourself. The center cannot provide for the vaccines. You have a situation where India, not as one unit, but as 36 different enterprises, that is 28 states plus 8 union territories, is approaching the global market, not only bidding against each other, but also bidding against developed countries like the US, UK, Hungary, etc., and trying to find trying to find supplies of these vaccines when Pfizer and Moderna, A, have not been granted emergency use approval in India. Number two, both of these companies have said in no uncertain terms that as a matter of policy, we interact only with federal governments and not with state governments. So a joke has essentially been made out of this vaccine policy. As far as the domestic market, Mr. Sardesai, is concerned, in the domestic market, even the allocation made to states by these so-called private manufacturers is controlled by the central government. No less than the chairman of Bharat Biotech wrote a letter to the Delhi government, Mr. Ella Krishna, wherein he said that, look, I cannot provide you more supplies because I've been asked by officers of the concerned government, that is the union government, to not provide more supplies to you. So not only do we have free access to buy in the international market because we simply cannot, no state can, not even a BJP government has managed to do it. You cannot even buy from these domestic manufacturers because their allocation is also controlled by the center. So it's a complete chaos. Now, you do not invoke compulsory licensing. You do not give any visibility on production. You do not have a plan to ramp up production. And you have a third wave staring you in the face.
You're on a roll,
Raghav. To understand.
Raghav Chadda, you are on a roll, and I've allowed you to be on a roll because Raghav Chadda ko gussa kyun aata hai is reflected in what you're saying. But let Mr. Trivedi, who has been patiently listening to you, he's a former union health minister, so knows how the system works, respond for a moment, and then we'll go to T.S. Singhdeo, who will join us also. Mr. Trivedi, the simple question is this. Where does the buck stop? Does the center now pass the buck to the states and say, you go ahead and do global tenders? We will do 50% of vaccinations through our government hospital system. The rest is the responsibility of the states. As Mr. Chadda says, perhaps a better way is to centralize procurement and then decentralize distribution. That would be the way to do it. We already have examples of previous national immunization programs Why is the center not following an existing template?
Rajdeep, we can only have a meaningful discussion if our objectives are very clear. And what are the objectives? Objective is to ensure that each and every citizen of this country is away from this dreadful disease. Now, we can only debate if we can differentiate between facts, fiction, and myth. What were the myths? If you allow me for 2 minutes, center government is not doing enough to procure vaccine from abroad.
Yes.
Center has not approved vaccines as being administered globally. Center is not doing enough to ramp up domestic production. Compulsory licensing. Center has abdicated its responsibility to states. Now, each and every myth today has been answered very, very clearly by Dr. Paul of Niti Aayog. I don't think so. I should waste your time, my time, or anybody's time arguing anything further because this is official.
Sir, the myths was, sir, I take the arguments that Dr. Paul has made, but what is the reality on the ground? The reality on the ground is a country that was vaccinating 38 lakhs on an average per week in April has gone down to about 17 to 18 lakhs in May. The fact is that after announcing that we would have vaccines for the 18 to 44 age group starting May 1, many states have had to pull back because there are no vaccines available. So while we can go on about myths and facts, one fact we cannot deny is we have a shortage at the moment. And
So-
that's something we've got to accept. And that
Now that
Pfizer
you
and Moderna have told us we do not have additional supplies at the moment because we've already got existing orders. So this is the
if you-
fact, this
if
is the
you-
reality, sir.
Now that you have asked a question, if you permit me for
Please
2
go ahead.
minutes. Vaccine, as you know, you are much more intelligent than perhaps I am, is not like making potato chips. Vaccine is not that you, even if you want to order potato chips for 2.6 billion people, considering 2 dosages, it would take a lot of time. And each and every country will
May I?
supply to their people first. And please understand, as early as November, the Prime Minister of India had visited all 3 vaccination centers. Please understand, at the moment, Raghav Chadda and everybody once said this is like a war-like situation. I will say it's worse than a war, because in a war you know your enemy. Here the enemy is changing colors and armament every minute. So in a war, what happens? Everybody comes together, supporting the country.
Sardesai.
Today, let me complete.
No, let him
Today,
complete.
the opposition is not interested in fighting the virus. They are more interested in fighting Narendra Modi and government of India. I'm sorry. After all this clarification, if you still harp on things as far as the states are concerned, I know you know it. In a liberal policy of vaccination, they said, let us procure it ourselves. So
Sir-
government of India said, so be it.
Sir, can I
Without
now
fear.
ask you
Please,
one
I
question?
will only say one thing. in
No, Mr.
conclusion. I
Trivedi,
think-
Mr. Trivedi,
Allow
can I
me
ask you,
one sentence.
Mr.
One
Trivedi, can I
sentence.
ask you one question because you've been a former health minister? I want to understand from you, is it true or is it not true that when you were in the health ministry, you wanted all vaccine procurement to be handled by the center? Is it not true also that last year when India could have started placing orders with various vaccine manufacturers, we chose not to do so and put all our eggs in the basket of Covaxin and Covishield? These are 2 facts. Did you or did you not want all vaccine procurement when you were health minister to be handled by the center, yes or no?
Rajdeep, you are comparing a normal situation with a war-like situation. It means you are asking that you knew there is a war. Why didn't you order enough tanks? Why didn't you order enough aircraft? These things don't come over a day. The liberalization policy of vaccination was given to states because they asked for it. They said, you permit me. And people also said, we do not want Modi vaccine. We should be proud that Covaxin is our own Indian production. And they said, we don't want Modi vaccine. States had, so many states, including my state, had refused that we don't want Modi vaccine. Now, it means you want to fight Modi, you don't want to fight the virus. And that is the most unfortunate part. I personally feel, let us come together. And if there are issues, walk up to the health minister. discussed across the table. I think this is a time. Maybe the Home Minister, the Health Minister, I'm sorry,
Right.
should call all
Can I-
the health ministers of the country, have a virtual dialogue, or even better, call them physically.
I will
and talk it
I will
out
move on,
across
but
the
I want to
table.
ask you, you're not
Because
answering my
this
question.
is not
Sir,
too
I
far.
asked you a direct question. When you were health minister, did you want procurement of vaccines to be centrally procured, or yes or no?
You know, Sujata Rao ji is there with us. She is very intelligent. You know, that is our policy. Please understand, that is the basic policy. But the problem is the states were crying.
Okay.
That why are you not giving it to us?
Mr.
And that is where it happened. And they realized
Okay,
that nobody in the world today can supply you vaccine.
Okay,
It will take
very
its
quick
own time.
reply.
I can
Raghav,
only tell
before-
you that by
Okay.
December,
Where-
most of the problems would have been sorted out.
Before I come to Sujata Rao and
Very
Dr.
quick.
Laharia, very quickly, Raghav Chadda,
30 seconds.
once and for
I'm
all. Yeah,
grateful.
30 seconds.
I'm grateful, Mr. Sadesai. Number one, can Mr. Trivedi name one BJP state government or one state government in this country that has managed to procure supplies from overseas? Point number one. Point number two, he says that invoking compulsory licensing and technology transfer is difficult. AstraZeneca gave the formula and the technology to Serum Institute to manufacture Covishield in less than 14 days. It's that simple if one wishes to do it.
Okay.
Number three, I read the PIB press release as well, the 4-page press release. It only explains the government's point of view why they could not do the following. And lastly, we have a situation, Mr. Sardesai, before us where the European Union, the EU, got together, dozens and dozens of countries got together, created a central agency that then negotiated with Pfizer, Moderna, etc. to buy these vaccines. So people are pooling in resources, formulating an alliance to go as
Your-
one single buyer.
Your 30
India, on the
seconds is
other
up.
hand,
You made this point earlier
has
also.
distributed itself into 36, bifurcated itself
Okay.
into 36 different entities.
The
Every
question is
point
whether
has been
that's what the
answered
states
today
wanted
by
or not.
Dr.
Just a minute, sir. T.S. Singh Deo, the health minister of Chhattisgarh, is joining us. But before that, Sujata Rao, because you've been a former health secretary, I want clarity on this. Is the policy of the government of India to centralize vaccine procurement and decentralize distribution? And do you believe, therefore, there should have been no change in that and there should have been no pressure from the states allowed? And the government should have carried on the way it was intending to. All procurement centralized, have one single global tender. That's what India needs to do.
In no uncertain terms, a big unqualified yes. That has been the policy right from not childhood vaccines from smallpox days, which is an adult vaccine. Central government has always bought the vaccines. And let me also clear this misconception, which even I'm surprised that the member Niti Aayog mentioned in his note that he has released today, that vaccine procurement, after all, health is a state subject. It is health is a state subject, but they should read the concurrent list. The Indian Constitution has 3 lists: central, state, and concurrent. And the interstate infectious disease control is a concurrent subject under serial number 29. And that is what is the legal basis for central government, which has been used to procure vaccines, build our cold chain, train our people. And we are one of the most successful countries in doing large vaccination campaigns in the country. We've eradicated smallpox, we've eradicated polio, and by no means can I tell you is easy. So, this new policy is really something extremely bizarre and very strange. So my immediate recommendation is leave alone. Let's put nation first. Let's put getting out of this COVID mess first. Let central government follow the national immunization policy. We do 14 vaccines under that. Let them procure the vaccine. Rajdeep,
The fact is, it's easier said than done. It's easier said than done, ma'am, to procure vaccines. The fact is, as I said, Pfizer and Moderna already have existing orders and therefore do not have vaccines to supply to you. There are limits to what Serum and Bharat Biotech can supply. Let's be fair also here.
Rajdeep, I'm not talking about supply demand. Leave that aside. I'm just talking about the principle that you don't defragment your markets into 30 entities plus private sector entities, because this is the central government in procuring as a one single market, billion doses. and you issue a tender, you will get your vaccines at 150 or 125 rupees. That's
We
how
will
we've
get
been
2
buying.
billion doses by the end of the year?
Now you asked me a question on supply. I'll come to that.
Okay.
You were talking about procurement processes,
Okay.
and I'm answering to you in reference to procurement.
Okay, let me just go, ma'am, just a minute. Let me go to someone who's had the practical experience at the moment, because the problem exists at the moment. T.S. Singhdeo, the charge which the government, both through Dr. Paul in his statement today and to some extent Mr. Trivedi, is that, look, this is what the states wanted. You wanted to have the authority to put out global tenders for vaccines. That hasn't worked. You're now blaming the center, is accusation number one. How do you respond that today the states themselves find that they can't procure vaccines after wanting to do so only a month ago?
Good evening, Rajdeep ji, and good evening to all our fellow panelists. What I can say is that would Mr. Paul be able to give an instance, a single instance, where Chhattisgarh has said that we would like to procure vaccines on by ourselves? One instance where we have said that we would like to do the procurement. I, for one, have constantly maintained that it is the government of India alone who should be purchasing the vaccines, because this issue came up not today. It came up before the vaccination program started on the 2nd of January 2021. So even at that point in time,
now, are you telling me, Mr. Singhdeo, that every state of this country would prefer the center to procure the vaccines? Because a number of states, Maharashtra, Uttar Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Karnataka, Goa, Delhi, have already gone in for global tenders which have not worked. Are you all very clear now that as of today, you only want the center to procure all vaccines for you?
Certainly, not only today, from day one. Like I was trying to say, before the vaccination program started on the 2nd of January, was announced on the 2nd of January, I had always maintained that there would be a mad rush amongst the state. There would be unhealthy competition. Wherever the factories would be placed, those states would try to pressurize those factories to give them more. Those states would, which would have a bigger buying capacity, would pressurize the companies or give more money to the companies, and the smaller states would suffer. This is a national program in a national pandemic which should have been run and which should run even today from one point, purchase-wise, and that is the government of India.
Sir, but Mr. Singhdeo, with due regard, look at the trust deficit. The latest trust deficit is on vaccine wastage. Yesterday, the government has put out a document saying that Chhattisgarh, your state, along with Jharkhand, are the worst offenders in this regard. That 30% of the vaccines provided to Chhattisgarh are being wasted. You are claiming that that is false data. Now, even on basic data, the center and the states can't agree. There's such a trust deficit. Every day it appears opposition-ruled states are taking on the center and vice versa. How do you have a national policy then with this trust deficit on issues like wastage?
If there is trust deficit, does it mean that we stop vaccination? If I don't agree with the government of India, is that the end of the vaccination program for the country? Are we so immature? I don't think this country is so immature, or its leaders should be so immature, sometimes they appear to be, that they cannot sort this out.
No, are you telling us that the vaccine wastage data is false? That Chhattisgarh is 30, it's false to say Chhattisgarh is wasting 30% of its vaccines?
Is it possible, Rajdeep ji, you are such a senior journalist and a media person, is it possible, is it at all possible for anybody to waste 30% of its vaccines?
This was officially put out, sir, by the Health Ministry. This was officially put out by the Health Ministry.
Rajdeep ji, by the same token, on the same day, the Health Ministry, that the government of India, also put out the figures that Chhattisgarh has vaccinated amongst the highest in the country. The same government servant who was putting out this vaccination wastage data also projected graphs in which they said that the government of Chhattisgarh has vaccinated 67 lakh people out of the doses that we have got, and 10 lakh vaccines we have in store with us. So which is the data they are talking about? The vaccination also through the COVID program or the COVID app, it gives you a register, a certificate
with the photograph of the Prime Minister. So all those photographs of the Prime Minister which were given on Aadhaar-based verification, is that false? Or is this data which has been projected later by the government of India, is this incorrect?
Therefore,
it is a very simple matter. It is a very simple matter which should be looked at.
but it reflects the trust deficit. I want to bring in Dr. Laharia because you wrote a recent article and you've been tracking this. You seem to believe that the only way out now is a single global tender. But is it too little, too late even for that? The fact is we are now at the moment going to get vaccines in dribs and dabs. We're going to get Sputnik, which will come in and start production from next month. Some states have already procured vaccines through Sputnik starting in June. We'll have another lot which will come in through Serum, 11 crores and 5 crores through Bharat Biotech expected by the end of the month. What do we rely on? Domestic manufacturers ramping up, Dr. Laharia, or this single large global tender, or both?
So Rajdip ji, the power of single global tender we have heard yesterday only. Till now we were hearing that there is no spare capacity with the Pfizer, BioNTech and Moderna to supply vaccine to any country in the year 2021. But with India showing the interest, they have shown that up to 50 million shots can be available to the country, and that is exactly the power of single purchaser. In this context, I want to make 4 quick points in 2 minutes, sir. One, that it is a completely wrong policy to allow or to make a state to purchase vaccine because the states governments do not have sufficient experience in purchase of the vaccines. We know that the health department of the most of the Indian states have no previous experience of purchasing the vaccine. If there is one particular division in the health department which is really weak, is a procurement and supply division. So making them to buy vaccine in a mid-pandemic is definitely not the right step. But 3 other things are there. One, asking state when there are 2 manufacturers and expecting states to purchase vaccine will bring inefficiency because 2 manufacturers and 30 buyers essentially means the manufacturer will sell the vaccine at the higher cost. And each of the Indian state would end up paying far higher than what central government would have paid.
Right.
Now we know that the cost is transferred to the state government, but ultimately it's a government money, whether it's coming from central government or state government. So effectively government is ending up paying far higher than what a central purchasing could have done. Another part is inequity. We already know that if this kind of policy is followed where there are 3 different prices, private sector gets the vaccine, essentially the richer states are more likely to get the vaccine, the private sector or people who can get the vaccine, but those who actually need the vaccine may not get the vaccine. And final part, this is very crucial. Now, it is difficult to understand that what is the objective of states purchasing the vaccine. Like if it is increasing a number of buyers, so the manufacturers will increase the production. So the economic principle, and many of the people are saying that it will increase the competition, which will result in the increased availability of vaccine. But if it is the short-term goal, then we know that the vaccine manufacturing is not a short-term objective. It takes many months and require a lot of supplies or ingredients to be procured. So vaccine manufacturing cannot be scaled up through competition in short term. So that goal cannot be achieved. If it was a long-term goal to increase the vaccine production through such kind of competition, then you don't want to do that in the pandemic period. That's a really wrong policy to do competition in pandemic period if it's a long-term goal. So on many accounts, this is not the right step.
This is not the right step.
The final point is that it's never too late to take the right decision. It is still time that decision should be reconsidered and a single purchaser approach should be followed.
That's what I want to take to you, Mr. Trivedi. Why stand on prestige? The government of India can course correct. Today, the time has come to recognize that the existing policy is not working. Getting states to compete with each other in the midst of a pandemic is the worst thing you can do. This is the time for the center to go back to simple policy. Sujata Rao and Dr. Laharia, who are not politicians, are also pleading for it. Go back to the original policy. Centralized procurement.
Rajdeep, I'm really not surprised but quite shocked that after giving you all the explanation, which I also did, Dr. Paul did, this argument has no basis. It's very simple. Government of India is not sitting quietly. All the states you go, no. Government of India has already augmented the COVID Shield and Covaxin from 1 crore to 10 crores and COVID Shield to 11 crores, and Sputnik is coming. As far as government of India is concerned, our foreign minister is today speaking to President Biden's official aides. So Indian government is not sitting idle.
No, I'm sure it's not sitting. I agree it's not sitting, but it's not sitting idle after waters come to the nose.
Just finish, please.
Let's be clear.
This is not fair.
Okay, go ahead.
Rajdeep, it's not fair. You have to allow me to finish.
Please go ahead.
So, as far as the state is concerned, it is not a policy declared by the government of India. It is only the state wanted that freedom. That freedom was given. That was not a policy. It was just a freedom given. At the same time, government of India is doing their work. All the ministers today don't even sleep for 2 hours. Have some faith. Economically today, India is the strongest state power, one of the best in the world, with $6 billion of foreign exchange. The food reserve is priced than what you need. So
nobody denies India's resilience and strength. We are one of the world's leading vaccine manufacturer. But the world's leading vaccine manufacturer is going across the world looking for vaccines. It's not easy. Nobody is underestimating the size of the task. But I want quick final comments. You, Raghav Chadha, very quickly this time. Do you accept that Mr. Kejriwal and the Delhi government now have put all their eggs in the centre's basket? Or will you take any responsibility? For example, when the Kejriwal government says we are going to get 35 oxygen plants and going to get them ready in a month and it doesn't happen, will you take the responsibility, or is the buck always going to be left at Mr. Modi's door?
First of all, let's not buy into BJP's propaganda on oxygen plants. I invite you. I'll take you around and show you oxygen plants that we've installed in Delhi government-run hospitals. Look, as far as taking responsibility is concerned, we are manning the fort in Delhi. We are trying what we can, whether it's a domestic market or the international market. But please try and understand, when we highlight these problems, our intention is not just to score political points or criticize the government, but also give constructive feedback. My leader was the first leader who told the Prime Minister to invoke compulsory licensing. Now, for example, I'll give you an example of a very small drug. And I understand that manufacturing vaccines may not be as simple as manufacturing that drug. But paracetamol, which is an essential commodity in this country, is manufactured by 400 different pharmaceutical giants of India. And it is also priced controlled under the Essential Commodities Act. Now,
a vaccine cannot be made overnight. A vaccine cannot be made overnight by 400 manufacturers. Do not compare it to paracetamol.
Mr. Sard, I gave you an example. I gave you a living example that AstraZeneca gave its technology transfer within 14 days to Serum Institute, and they started manufacturing in a span of 14 days. If it's that simple, if the government of India wishes to do that, that's point number one. Point number two, the problem that you highlighted in the first segment of your show was, which is correct, and I agree with it, that while Pfizer and Moderna are completely pre-booked, they may not have stocks to sell for the next few quarters at least. The government of India should, and if they were to take constructive feedback from us, start betting on new manufacturers like Biologically, Zydus, Cadila, etc. And
which they claim they are. Which they claim. No. Raghav Chadha, the government claims they are in touch with many domestic manufacturers. You made your point. No, we've got limited time now. Let Mr. T.S. Singh Dev.
Last point.
Yes, very quickly.
All I wish to say that this government, and we hope Mr. Sardesai, should not make unscientific remarks. First, you extend the gap of 4 to 6 weeks to 16 to 18 weeks between the first and the second dose. Now you say, and Dr. Paul, who I have the greatest respect for, comes in before the camera and says, even mixing these two drugs, your first dose can be Covishield and the second can be Covaxin, and that will have no repercussions and no problem. In fact, it may increase your antibodies. I mean, tomorrow they will give an example that by mixing two alcoholic beverages, you get a better high or more high, and therefore, by the extension of that logic, you will get more antibodies if you mix these two doses.
You made your point,
these unscientific remarks by these doctors
you made your point, Mr. Chadha. You made your point. Let Mr. T.S. Singh Dev now respond. Mr. T.S. Singh Dev, do you see a solution or not? The government, as Mr. Trivedi says, is ramping up production, both domestic, and is actively now reaching out to various foreign manufacturers. Are you willing to be a little patient? Can the country afford to be patient?
It is the option, Rajdeep. What they are doing today should have been done before the announcement on the 2nd of January. And I am very clear. The government of India must purchase. and the state governments must ensure that the vaccination is done. There are no other options that should be adopted. Government of India purchases, state governments vaccinate.
Sujata Rao, what is the way ahead?
Well, I have four suggestions. One, central procurement. Two, make it free. Otherwise, there's going to be huge distortions of black marketing, artificial loss, shortages, and so on and so forth. That will be the second round of discussions that you will be holding otherwise. So it should be free, and that doesn't mean that Apollo cannot sell a Pfizer. If there is some very rich person willing to pay 2,000 a dose, so be it. That's even today for polio or for flu shots, you can go to a private hospital and pay the money. But by and large, as a principle, it should be free for everyone. The third is, I think we should bank much more as our frontal plan on our domestic manufacturers. Even Cipla is showing interest with taking Moderna and doing the mRNA vaccine. We should encourage all this. It can't be done in 2 months. Doesn't matter. We've made a mess of it. It's okay. Now let's set the things right and look ahead. And I'm a bit worried that, the kind of panic that you people all create, that we don't give in too much to Pfizer. Pfizer is really quite a tough company. They're asking for 3 concessions. One, no indemnity, no drug regulator to see what they're doing and what product they're giving. That means no quality assurance, nothing of the kind. And 3, no bridging trials. That means they can give you a vaccine vial full of water and you can't say a word. So this is not acceptable, because then you'll have to apply it for others. And that's the reason why we said no to Pfizer in H1N1. So I hope in panic they don't give in too much. And even if the people of India should be taken into context. And the final point is, I think it's very, 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 very important that we look at data. We have enough. We've vaccinated 190 million people. We have enough data. The dosages, which vaccine is best should be worked. You've seen Public Health England, the latest study, which shows that the first dose of Covishield is only 33% efficacy, which means it's zilch. It's a rubbish vaccine. The second dose, if it is given after 1 month or 2 months or whatever that gap is, it gives you 60%.
Ma'am, that's another issue which we will debate on another day. For now, I wanted to focus on vaccine shortage. I take all those points on board. I take your points on board. I want to know finally...
My final point, please do enough communication campaigns, because there's huge amount of vaccine hesitancy in rural areas. Rural and urban are 2 different spaces.
Let me therefore, final 30 seconds, Dr. Laharia, to hit the government's own target of 2 billion vaccines by December 2021, we need to vaccinate 90 lakhs, 9 million people every day. At the moment, we are doing about just 17 to 18. Do you see that changing in the next 5 months, yes or no?
2 things quickly. For May to July 2021, we know that there is a limited vaccine, and if we keep vaccination open for 18 to 44, it's going to be chaos and a similar kind of situation. So reconsider the decision from May to July for 18 to 44 year. As far as August to December is concerned, we know that the supply is going to be definitely less than what is being projected. So plan well, plan that how the supply will be available, how that will be utilized, that will avoid the chaos. Those are the 2 points.
Okay, let's leave it there, because I think we've given everyone enough of an opportunity to tell us where we stand. We've heard from the opposition, we've heard from the government, we've heard from public health experts as well. The time, as I said at the start, has come to simply focus on 3 words: vaccinate, vaccinate, vaccinate. And that alone must be the singular focus. We've got to get out of the political blame game somehow, and the trust deficit that is gaping at the moment between the center and the states. This is Narendra Modi government's moment of truth when it comes to vaccination. It is their challenge, their responsibility, and the states must support the government in a single direction of vaccinating all Indians. That is the only responsibility in 2021. Thank you all very much for joining me on the Big Vaccine Show.